Hey guys, you're going to want to watch today's video because today you learn how little I know. Don't miss it. If you regularly watch my channel, you know how much I love German pistols and especially engraved Walthers. In fact, I've done several videos on these twins right here. And I call them the twins because you can see here, serial number 408-129 and above it, 408-130. Now these are not proof marked, which means they were in the factory at the end of the war. Somebody ordered them, never picked them up, or they were being made for presentation, but never distributed because they were never test proofed or issued. So these twins were in the factory at the end of the war, which means the GIs came in and picked them up and took them home as souvenirs. You can also see that this part is not engraved, and that's because that's where they put an individualized message, such as Happy Birthday, Adolf, or actually there's one that was given to Patton. Sinclair got one. There's different people that got these, and they had them personalized right here. You can see how normally they would be engraved. And I've had about 20 factory engraved Walther PPs and PPKs go through my hands, but I've never had an engraved Sauer. Now, my wisdom has always been that they generally did not ever engrave Sauers before 1945. But these showed up. A local collector had them, brought them in to show me, and I thought I'd share them with you. This first one is gold engraved, and again, I don't even know that these exist. So I don't know if this is factory engraved or it was done by the engravers in Sewell. Yeah, they had engravers at Sewell. Krieghoff used engravers. And close by at Zella-Mellis, the Walther factory had their own engravers. By the way, it has late war features such as these two notches. That tells me that's a late war feature. Again, I don't know if this is engraved at the factory or down the street at one of the engravers, but this is a very rare gun. I'm going to say 20 to 1, meaning I see about 20 engraved Walthers for every one engraved Sauer I've ever seen. So the logo is gone, the typical logo. Here is a picture of a typical Sauer that was used by the police and the army. They also had commercial. But on this one, you can see deeply engraved, just Sewell, Germany. And here's the other side. We also see not only is the typical legend gone, but there's no proof mark here or back here. In fact, there's not even a serial number. I'm going to call this a floral engraved. This, by the way, was also floral engraved. You can see the flowers blooming. Here you see some kind of a flower, maybe a poppy, or I don't know. But you can see how nicely it is engraved. And then it has standard grips. And the bottom is not engraved. The grip screws, it seems to me it should have a more ornamental grip, but probably if it was in the factory, it had no grip on it. And somebody probably put this together later because it's not engraved. And with the amount of detail in this engraving, I would imagine it was unissued, in the factory, picked up by the GIs, but I can't prove that. If you know anything about these, please let me know. Speaking of knowing about these, I know one man who watches my videos. I actually can think of two. One would be somebody on the West Coast. He's going to be real interested. But then also Jim Cate, author of this book on Sauers. He's actually author of volume 1, 2, and 3, co-author with Krause, but he does watch my videos, and I'm sure he'll write to me. I'll do a shout out to him. I'd recommend his book, but it's almost impossible to find. This is the only volume I have, so I can't look this up and see more information. But this might be a known gun that's written up in one of his books. Jim will be happy to hear from you when you get a chance. So, as I said, this probably should have been engraved, but wasn't. This was probably awaiting fancier grips because there's no way they would have used a blue screw here. Because as we look at the second one, you can see this is oak leaf and acorn. And that is a lot more common. Here's some close-ups of both sides of the gun. Oak leaf and acorn was more common with the Walther factory. And once again, when we look at the right side, there's no proof mark on the ejection port. There's no serial number, no proof mark on the what I call the tang. Both sides of the gun, no proof mark. Again, here is a blank plate that would have been a presentation gun. So again, probably in the factory, both of these, waiting to be presented or some kind of a special order. But the end of the war came and the GIs brought it home. Now with this one, you do see that it has really cool grips with the Nazi insignia. And if you close up on the screw, you can see even the screw is engraved on both sides. So this has Sauer & Son logo, Nazi logo, definitely made for the war. It also has the same notches here and here, but they're less visible. You can feel them. I can barely feel them. Notch here and here, and here is more pronounced. So it has some late war features, obviously meant to be presented, never presented, probably brought home by a GI. You can see the difference in the engraving, how the gold one is so much deeper, more pronounced. Look at that front strap on the two of those. Again, the magazine is not engraved. It'd be really nice. I'm not going to mess with this, but these grips on this gold engraved gun would look really nice. But I'm going to leave it alone. I also have no idea of the value. Now, I know some of you very helpful people are going to write to me and say, I'll give you $100 for them. But that's not really helpful. I have no idea what these are worth. I know on the Walther PP and PPK side, I see engraved guns going anywhere from $15,000 up to $50,000, depending on what kind of presentation it is, in gold or silver, nickel or blued. They all command different prices. These two, I'm looking to learn more information. I'm looking forward to some of you commenting or letting me know. Give me your comments. These have to be known guns. Somebody out there has seen these sell. I've never seen them sell. So I don't know their history. I'll search the internet and I'll wait to hear from each one of you. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you appreciated these rare guns. And if you have any other information about these rare guns, please comment below.